What's up, crew? Welcome to week 7. Today, we have a special guest, Jeff Sedan. We're going to preview the matchups for this coming weekend. Jeff, what do you have to say?
Wow, what a great week! Week 7, an important week of the league, and I'm excited to be a part of it. Glad to be a special guest here, and hope to see some new faces down the road to wrap the season up as new guests every week. So I think it's text Rob and square it away, right?
Let me know so we can give me a text. We'll schedule something here in the coming weeks, and we'll get a new person up here so I don't have to look like a dumbass by myself every week. So, on that note, let's get right down to it. We'll start with a pretty decent matchup with Camden and Jason. Jason's got a few wins under his belt, and Camden's sitting at 500 there. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
I like Camden's team. I mean, at 3-3, you're better on paper. I know we've said it week in, and week out, but you are better than what your record shows. I think Jason's going to maybe make some trades that we'll speak about later in the program. But I like Camden in this victory. I mean, I just think he's got more on his team.
Yeah, that's probably true. I like to refer to Jason as Carl Malone. He's the mailman. He's really mailing in this season. His eyes are on 2014 Fantasy League already. Now, with Camden, he went for the bold draft strategy of getting 2 elite wide receivers early, leading him with DeMarco Murray and Darren McFadden later. Now, I said in the beginning post of the year that if these guys could stay healthy, that'd be great. But you knew that they're injury prone, and he had McFadden out a game or two, and then DeMarco Murray went down this past weekend. And, he needs to get healthy. That's the bottom line. But I take Camden to win.
Yeah, I mean, I can't agree anymore. He made a risky move on draft day, and I think he may have to pay for it.
Hey, all right. What matchup would you like to do next?
Let's go with the Parker Swayze matchup. Obviously, that hits home hard with you.
It does. It really does.
Yeah. I'll give you my thoughts first. Keith, the Denver Broncos, I think it's tough for them to get beat right now. So I think you take this matchup. I think it levels the league out a little bit, balances out. I like it a little bit more competitive. I just think with the Denver Broncos, you're done. Now, the bye weeks for the Denver Broncos team, I'm a little bit concerned there because where do you go? What happens? So what are your thoughts?
I agree. The bye week's going to be tough for him. He's got 4 or 5 Broncos. It's either going to be let's just take the loss, or it's going to be extremely deep plug and play. I'm not sure how it's going to work out for him. But the Broncos do have a pretty tough matchup with the Colts this week, coming off the loss. But it is a short week for them. So don't really know how it's going to work out. But the things Keith has to look out for is that when teams play me, they're only averaging 87 points against me. So look out for a low-scoring week this week, Keith. However, with that being said, I think your Broncos are in a good position this week to give you the win. It'll be a pretty close matchup, though.
I agree.
Within 10 points or so.
I agree.
All right. Let's. We've done my matchup. Let's do your matchup. I'll give you my 2 cents first. Todd and Jeff. Todd's sitting at 4-2. Jeff's at 3-3. Should be a pretty good matchup. Now, Todd's got Matt Forte. He's been a pretty solid player for him this year. But I'm looking for a big week for Tom Brady. And you've been looking for that week every week since we started. And it's bound to come, right? Amendola went down again last week, but, you're waiting for Gronkowski to get back. I think Tom Brady's just going to have one of those big weeks where it's, 3 touchdowns, maybe 20, 25, 28 fantasy points.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, I think Aaron Hernandez should be out in the field. That
would help.
That is what it is, but I guess we'll let that legal situation work itself out. But Tom's due for a big day, and I also think Adrian Peterson coming off the big loss with his 2-year-old son is going to be big for me this week. And
That's true.
I think my team I've had a couple bad weeks over the past 2 weeks, but I think I take this one. It's going to be close. I mean, but I win by 7 or 8 points for sure.
Yeah, and on the Adrian Peterson thing, he had a rough week last week, obviously with his child dying, but besides that, he only got 10 carries on Sunday, and that's just not going to get you a lot of points when your main guy is only getting 10 carries. he's going to touch the rock a lot more this weekend, and he'll get back to one of those 2-3 touchdown Adrian Peterson type games. I like you. It again should be a really close matchup, but sorry, Todd, you get the loss this week.
Yep.
All right, and this is a fun matchup. Mike versus Dave. Go ahead and tell me what you think.
I mean, come on, man. I think it goes to a 0-0 tie. No one wins. But, no, I think Mike, I mean, just because I want to see Dave go winless. I think that builds character, though. It does for 2014. But, yeah, I think Mike gets this one. What are your thoughts, Rob?
You know, unfortunately, there won't be a tie. There will be a winner in this game. And I tell you who's not going to be winning. That's the fans. They're not going to like this game. All right, English. I got one note written down here on my notepad. It says English is bad. I went to go look at your team today, see if I could trade for somebody. I just exited out of the browser. Wasn't very interested. As for Mike goes, you really got to get Rob Gronkowski back on that field. He can give you a good boost in points over whoever the hell you have at tight end at this point. But I like Mike because I think Dave's going for the 0-13 regular season, and I love the strategy, Dave. Don't worry, we're doing this for multiple years, though, so in the future, there's nowhere to go but up from rock bottom. All right, that's going to bring us to the game of the week, the best matchup we have. We have Living the Dream, Teddy Deering, and Vince, Matt Taylor, Shuttlecock. Big matchup. What do you think?
You know, this is why I love being a part of Week 7. It really is. But I think I go both great teams. I think the predictions have them 2 points separated with Mr. Cock on top.
Sounds about right.
But I think that Deering takes this home because I think Deering's coming on strong. And
he's on a heater, that's for sure. 4 games in a row.
Yeah, I think it is, and I think he repeats that this week, and I think it balances out the league as a whole with Mr. Cock.
That's
losing.
true.
Yeah.
If Mr. Cock and myself take losses this week, really adds to the parity of the league, and then you're talking about a solid 8 teams the vying for those 4 playoff spots. Like I said, Teddy's on a heater right now, 4 games in a row. This guy is itching to go to Vegas and play the tables. I think Matt Taylor has had some good days in the past, but some rough ones are ahead of him. His schedule gets a little harder. People aren't scoring a lot of points against him. The thing is, though, he's scoring a shit ton of points. I think he scored over 700 in 6 weeks, which is pretty impressive.
Yes, it is.
With that said, though, I picked Ted, and the heater continues. But here's a good point to bring up this week. If many of you have been looking at the league homepage, you've seen Jason Gaither blowing up the message boards, trying to fire sale his team. Wants draft picks. He was eyes on 2014 at this point. Trading draft picks is legal, thus it being a keeper league. Whether you like it or not, the trades, including draft picks, will be out there. As always with trades, you can vote to veto them, you can vote to accept them, or you can be apathetic and don't give a shit and let people trade whoever they want to because they're grown-ass men making a deal. Either way, keep an eye out for that coming up. And I think that's about it. All I got for the week. Jeff, how about you?
Yeah, I just want to add special interest to our sponsor, Saddam Inc. We'll be taking any and all bets. All lines are driven from scoresandodds.com, texted to 317-679-8697. And we will settle up on Tuesdays. Appreciate the sponsor.
I think he's even taking lines on our fantasy matchups based on ESPN. So
yeah, that's all you have to do is text me, and I will get those lines over to you.
Perfect.
Appreciate the sponsor.
With that being said, that is your Week 7 predictions, and we'll hope to see you here next week in Week 8. The new face to my right, text me if you want to join, and you could be here, sitting here next week. See ya. Look at that ESPN.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.